Hello, everybody. We're back. How you doing? Welcome to the Seekers Chronicles Paranormal Historians, where history meets the paranormal. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. So,
Yeah.
how's everybody doing out there? How's everybody in the audience
Hi,
doing?
everybody.
Welcome,
Yeah,
welcome. We have Anthony the Ghost Guy today.
I had the shirt
Yeah.
such a long time, and it works for both Seekers Club and Seekers Chronicles.
And that's my
Oh,
husband's initials.
Yeah, Ghost
SC.
guy. I'm wearing. That's why I do it. I'm wearing your husband's initials because happy anniversary,
That's right. Now
Penny.
it's
Thank
your
you.
anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Thank
Happy
you.
anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Remember that from the
30
Flintstones?
years.
Yeah, 30
30
years.
years.
30 years.
30
That's a
years, and
biggie.
they never had a fight.
For the last 5 minutes. No. Yeah, I'm happy. We're having a good day. It's a happy day.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you
It's emotional, like you look back and you're like, wow.
Yeah, I know. It
Yeah.
seems like it went by. Boom, it went
Yeah.
right by. You know. And then
Yeah.
you look at your kids and everything else, and you're like, "Hey, wait a minute! Things they go by that quick,
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
So happy
Yep.
anniversary, you know.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
um, Kim,
Yes.
how you doing?
Good.
Come on,
That's a
digging
good
the
answer.
hat.
Good.
Great.
Yeah, I like the hat.
Yeah,
Love
same,
it.
right? Seeker's hat today. A little bit of fur
Mhm.
on it, though, but that's
It's
all right.
okay. That's a
Normal.
hey, it's a hairy ghost. You know.
Here we
So
go.
yeah. So Kim, any astrology today? Anything moon lining
Oh,
up with the moon?
well, we've been in like a high stream, kind of like a G1, G2 storm the last few days. We've had a lot of very deep earthquakes in the Ring of Fire. So people are predicting something maybe earthquakey happening. So I don't know. There might be some other stuff that wasn't aware of. We had a Ring of Fire, solar eclipse. That was great. And we're in the year of the fire horse.
Fire
Ooh.
horse.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
know
right,
we
the
were.
fire horse.
I should come more prepared if we're going to be asking me this every time.
I was going to text you
No,
today and say have
this has
something
become a
ready
thing now.
because I think it's a cool thing now. We could because it's the saying,
Yeah, no, I
what we
normally
do.
stay on top of this stuff because it does affect me. And actually, this would be an interesting question to ask our guest tonight too.
Yes.
I know he's sensitive to energies and stuff around him, but it affects me. The changes in the environmental energies, the solar storms, sometimes I can hear them. So I know it affects other people too. So I do try and stay on top of it.
I never noticed, but I could tell when you start telling me stuff and the way I feel through the days or with that week or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe it affects me too. I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
probably does. Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Right.
see,
You
I'm
might
the
not
lunar.
realize it. I
I'm the
agree.
lunar and lunatic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, that's true.
Yes.
How
No arguing here.
Yeah,
many Red Bulls tonight, Anthony? How many Red
No,
Bulls
I
tonight?
6.
got these guys tonight. What the
Oh,
hell?
the Celsius now. We've
Celsius.
switched to Celsius.
Oh,
Same
yeah.
idea.
I've been getting the gout lately. Comes with age. You know what I'm saying? And
No.
I haven't had it in a while. So I had a Red Bull last night. And I woke up with feeling, oh shit, this stuff. And I looked it up. Red Bull it can help irritate and cause the gout.
Really?
So I'm like,
Because it's
thank you,
acidic.
Mary
I'm
Beth.
guessing because it's acidic.
Red Bull.
Yeah, maybe Red Bull.
Really?
And then I looked this up and it says has nothing to do with it. Okay,
Oh.
so
Oh,
I guess I
good.
have to stop with my Red Bulls and stop more with these guys.
I'll
And
have
I
to
didn't
stock
realize
those
that
up.
because I've been noticing a lot of stuff with me because I'm going through a lot of changes. I think I'm going through menopause,
Manny paws.
menopause.
Yes.
But
Well
Okay,
familiar to
yeah.
that.
and so I've been noticing things weird going on with me. So I'm getting up there in
Yeah.
age too. But we have a great guest for you toniugh
Yes.
without my menopause. Uh, We have a great guest tonight. He's, you know, what are you guys laughing at me for?
I don't know. Anthony's going to be A+ tonight. I can just tell.
I'm ready.
The energy,
I'm
the
like, I can
vibes
tell.
that's coming off from
Yeah,
Anthony
no,
tonight is gonna be
I was shoveling
Let's
out
go.
my son's car today. We got a lot of snow here too.
Oh,
and
yeah, sure.
is they plow the car, they plow the streets, and they got to plow in a certain way, and it goes down the street. Guess whose car they buried?
All of them.
My son's was included.
Oh, yeah.
So we had to get into the car, and then the car wouldn't start. Then we had to jump start the car. It was like I'm not used to that anymore. I'm old. I'd rather be inside. But yeah,
nobody is. Nobody likes that.
I'm helping him clean the car off as much as I can, and it was one of those days.
I gotcha.
But I at least have my grandson here, so he kept on saying pop, 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 pop all day, so I was happy. So let's get back to the guest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love when a guest, like we have guests either become our friends or they are our friends and we bring them on because of it, right? Like either they become our friends by the end of the show, people we don't know, right? And they become our friends by the end of the show, or they're already friends and we can't wait to share them with everyone. And that's the case tonight. We have somebody who's already our friend and we can't wait to bring him on. I can't believe he hasn't been on yet. One of those people you're like,
he was Christmas.
How have you not been on the show yet?
No, he came in on the show with you guys.
Yeah,
with
right.
the yeah, he was in the documentary. You guys.
The documentary, but
Mhm.
not on his own. And still, it's about time.
Yeah.
So for episode 72, it's about time that we have our dear friend. Please welcome Roland Budahawk.
Here he
How are y'all
is.
doing? Hello.
What's up? How's everything?
Things are good. I am excited to be here.
Gosh,
I'm ready to get going. No Red Bulls here. None of that stuff. No. I'm doing tea, actually. Tea that has green tea in the mixture of everything else, and that's kind of give me a little bit of a kick. Although, Anthony, I will send you a video and some other information and suggest a different energy drink for you, but we'll talk about that later after.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we stay afterwards and we talk a little bit. So
yeah.
I suggested other ones, but I don't know. We've been telling him to kick the habit for a few
Yeah.
years.
You got to get off the sauce, buddy. Get off the sauce.
There you go.
You know, I'm a kid from the late '70s, early '80s, and certain things used to keep us stimulated. But
Yeah.
Back to a certain different thing.
Not another good sauce.
Talking about snow.
Jim.
Yeah, I'm with you. My car was buried too. Yeah.
Talking about snow.
Yeah, but I have all-wheel drive, so I was real lazy and just got the snow off my car, and I just drove off. And this way, nobody takes my spot because it's like you got to get all-wheel drive to get in there. Somebody might snake it away, even though I have cones, but I'll have it for a couple days. So today was a good day. Today was a win.
So what we did is pull up back and forth, and because he's having trouble with his car right now, so he's been using mine. But I don't want him to use his because he's driving my grandson around.
Oh, I got you.
Like, you're by yourself. You're old enough to take care of yourself. But you got the grandson. You break down the side of the road.
I can't do it right
because you got my car, so it's like, so that's that way.
I get it.
I'm gonna try something a little different, Jenny. I want to ask him. Can you explain what you actually do? What you're doing here?
Well,
what the hell am I doing?
Introduce
What are you doing
himself,
here?
where he is, blah blah blah.
What? All right. So, what do I do?
Beginning, Roland.
At first, there was a boom.
And
it was
first the earth cooled, and then the dinosaurs came. Yeah.
So I'm an energy healer, and this is something that I've genuinely been doing all my life, but wasn't aware. In fact, when I was a kid, I was able to see spirit. I was able to hear them. I would have been great. 8-year-old me would have been great to bring on investigations. Nobody was hiding then, I'll tell you that.
Mhm.
But at 8 years old is actually when I like blocked it, because I was hanging out with some friends and they decided to make fun of me at 8 years old, and I got mad. And I remember I started telling them all what was going to happen within the next 2 days. Nothing crazy. It's just like, your mom's going to say this at dinner, your dad's going to drop a plate, and your brother's going to walk in. Like weirdness like that. And it all happened. So on the third day, it's like kids parted like the Red Sea and were calling me a freak and, you know, all kinds of craziness. And so I just wanted to be accepted. So I wanted to push this away. I didn't want to hear it anymore. I mean, so I thought I did, but in retrospect, as I look back at my life, on key moments, they were clearly still around. They had to yell at me though. And it was until 2004 where I had this remembrance of stuff. So I went to Sedona, and in 2004, I quit a job and I quit my fiance in the same week. And so a couple weeks later, I had an opportunity to drive a car cross country. I was going to drive down to the beginning of Florida, cut across to Louisiana, to Texas, and then anything else in between that would have been cool on the way to LA. Somewhere after Memphis, I started seeing Arizona, like neon lights. And at this point, I was such a low vibe person. Like, what is going on? Like, did I sniff something? I don't know. And anyway, then it changed to Sedona. I called a friend. She found me a guide because they have these vortexes. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And it started when I stayed in Flagstaff. That was a really cool town. A lot of fun there. But 89A is a highway that goes down, and it's very windy. You can only go about 15, 20 miles an hour. Oh, and I stayed in Flagstaff at a haunted hotel, which was pretty fun.
Nice.
That was like, oh, nobody. Yeah. I think it was called the Monte Vista. It was definitely action going on there. And I just said, you guys bother me tonight, we're going to have problems. But
Come
right
on,
on the
leave me alone.
canyon, isn't it? Isn't that one like right on the canyon edge, Flagstaff?
Right.
yeah, it's like, it feels like it's up here, and then everything else is down here.
Yeah.
So going down, you're going to go 15, 20 miles an hour, and it's beautiful. It's this desert landscape, nothing to it, but I almost crashed this brand new Cadillac 4 times. I almost started crying like uncontrollably 4 times. And then I got down, and there's a river, and I'm driving along, and I'm seeing all these horses come up out of the water. And I'm like, I'm saying out loud, like, I know they're not there. I'm going to turn my head. They're going to be gone. And that's exactly what happened. I said, all right, I'm losing my mind. But then I saw them again. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on in this trip. But I got to the woman. We went through breathing exercises. Apparently, I went through some kind of crazy portal into the sun. And all I know is that I shot out of that, and I just started getting all these images and like looked like just memories and all this craziness. And I felt my body like trembling and all this. And then when I came to and opened my eyes, I could just see this shimmer over the canyon. And I could tell all these colors, and I'm telling her, she goes, yeah, that's right. I'm like, oh, and I was just trying to process everything. And I've been trying to process everything ever since. You know, I've been just trying to evolve and understand. And I've been through a lot of different modalities of trying to see how other people do things. And I just go back to my default, which is I always see a big ball of light. This is the way I've seen it as a kid. And I asked the big ball of light to help me to help the person, space, animal, but I have to be a 4-year-old boy. I have to be a young boy. I have to be innocence. I have to be unconditional love. Otherwise, that ball of light's not moving. I've tried merging the young boy in me. I've tried asking for myself now. I have to be that innocence. I have to be that love. When I do ask and I'm in that space, the ball of light then comes over me. the energy then flows through, and that's that.
Wow.
Just that.
I'm sorry, was that a run-on sentence? I apologize.
No, it was
No, not at all.
That's the
fantastic.
show. Thank you for coming tonight.
Good night. I'll be here next week.
No stories, please, right there. Okay, the show's over.
Like our jaws were on the floor the
No,
whole
I
time.
love that, Roland, because
Wow.
that's really descriptive of what a real inner transformation is like for a lot of people. And it's not
Yes.
always like that. A lot of people sometimes have like a gradual awakening, but people do go through sudden awakenings where all of a sudden you remember and you have that access again. And I completely know what you're talking about, having the access to those memories and that knowing. That's really beautiful. I've been to Flagstaff. It was snowing when I was there. And I just remember I was very young when I went there, but I was just hugging deer. My parents were like, what do you do? I was literally just going up to wildlife and just hugging them. They're like, what
And
are
the
you
fact
doing?
that they were like hanging out, like, yeah, you can hug us. You're one of us. Why not?
But it is a magical area. It totally
That really
is.
is.
A really powerful, magical area.
It really is. And so in 2004 in Sedona, it really wasn't like overrun, I want to say. I mean, it was still something, you know, it was still a town and it was still known for all this stuff. But I went again like the next year and I felt like so much momentum for over there changed. Like there were a lot more people. There were people riding their bikes in the middle of the canyon. I'm like, that's just not cool. And they have the same amount of visitors as the Grand Canyon, if not more at this point. But I just went in a couple years ago, 2 years ago, I want to say, and I didn't recognize it. Like the spot that I went with that guy, with that guide, I don't even know how to get there. And it was just one straight road, and you make a left, and you park in a spot. I didn't even recognize the town. There was a little, it almost seemed like it was like a deserted town, the town next to where it's built up like you wouldn't believe. I can't believe the transformation. And then every other shop's a crystal shop, and then you got all these people with their outfits on sitting there. Welcome. I'm just like, oh, get me out of here. I need some authenticity. So yeah, that's a thing that rubs me sometimes, but story for another time too.
I mean, so what do you talked about getting in that space, right?
Gets overrun.
Like I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I think I was just delayed there a little bit. Sorry if I talked over you, Roland.
Yeah,
I just
fine.
was wondering, like you talked about getting into that space, that 4-year-old space, right? And we had a guest on last week who was talking about sensory deprivation, using that to get, before going on a investigation or whatever. But what do you call that when you connect like that? Do you have a word for it, or do you have a description for it? What do you do?
The interesting thing I don't call it really much of anything because I don't know what to call that. And I don't know if I want to put that in a verbal box.
Yeah.
Because not everything needs to be in a verbal box, right? So that's something for me. It's just the ball of light. It's my friend. That's what I've known.
That's what it is. It's what happens that you don't have words for it.
Yeah.
I really don't.
The shaman process for that is becoming the hollow bone.
Oh,
and when you're
okay.
able to become that hollow bone, right, then the force can come through you and act through you. But it's getting into that space of the hollow bone. And it's different for everybody how they feel to get into that state of just complete openness within, where like you don't even exist within, kind of, and then it just comes through. Yeah, beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder.
Before, like that.
Yeah. No, that all of that makes sense, and I guess that's all processes, right? And everyone's process. The bottom line, it's just like when I say, like with other healers and stuff, it's just like it doesn't matter what other healers are doing, and mediums are healers. You know what I mean? Like I think teachers are healers. I think nurses are healers. And at the end of the day, I think anyone that's kind of in the way of a healer, it doesn't matter how we get there, but the important thing is that that person feels better, and that's it.
Right.
You know,
It's not about the
so
feeling. Right.
my process, somebody else's process, it's all leading to the same place, and we're going to be able to, you know, and sometimes we can blend the other processes with other people, you know, and that is a lot of fun because it's different energies, or maybe energies that somebody else isn't used to being introduced. Oh, you start dancing, you start getting giddy. It's great.
You want to hear
Amazing.
something interesting? I was doing it was the Hudson Valley Ballot Con years ago, and it was like 2010, something like that. And I was there. We talked about a thermal camera.
Hmm.
I had my thermal camera there, and right next to me was a woman that was healing. And so I'm like, I took the camera and I wanted to see, and I put it on her as she was doing her healing. And it was weird because the person on the cot was originally white. The woman went like this with her hands or something, and then she started placing it. And as she did this, her hands turned like an orange, then a bright red, and went down her arms and
Yep.
surrounded her. And as she put her hands on the person, it looked like that red went right into the person.
Yep.
And
Oh, that's amazing.
with the thermal
That's
camera,
cool.
like, holy cow, check this out. And my brother came over and he seen it, and he went on, and the whole person laying on that, and she was doing whatever she was doing, and I'm like, I was amazed that I actually, and I didn't catch it actually on the camera because I was just not recording. I just pointing it at them to see what was going to affect, how it was going to be, but it just when she went like this, because she was like a light, like yellowish, and you had a little red in there because of the thermal camera. Well, as soon as she went like this, it turned like a very beet red. Then went through her body, surrounded, and then
Hmm.
she put her hands on the woman, and she turned red. And it was like,
Wow.
I seen transferring of energy on a cot like that. And then the woman got up, like that she did what he's doing, and then she got up. The other woman, she was red, but parts of her body started turning yellow again. But she was like, I feel so good, and I thought that was so cool. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
That's
that I
super
would like
cool.
to see that.
That's amazing.
Adam
If you
was
ever go to an
asking-
event, definitely bring that camera because I want to see what you see. I'm curious now.
Matter of fact, the Hollow. I think we're sharing this.
Okay.
We're in the same area.
Yeah, good. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we should. I think that's a great experiment. I love that.
That's
Like,
an amazing experience. I've been like, I was like, I want to put the electrodes on my head. I want to see what,
yeah.
I'm getting a little crazy, but let's work with what we
No.
have.
no,
I know people
cameras,
have done
I
that
think
too.
pictures, every
They
regular
could put
picture.
the electrodes and see what part of the brain they're using and stuff. And I know a
Yeah.
lot of them will use them. Like, the one person I know was using a Delta. Delta. Am I saying that right?
Delta. Yep.
Delta. They're using a Delta. Like that part of the brain was being used when he was doing readings. Like he was doing a
The
room.
wavelengths, the delta wavelengths.
The
Yeah,
Delta.
Oh,
and he-
wow.
and he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
reading
yeah.
the room.
Okay.
yeah.
And I'm like, I thought that was interesting how that came up more than anything else, on the reading. And I'm like, maybe that has something to do with abilities coming from whatever part of the brain that the delta's from.
I guess
No.
that's achieving a certain state, right? The
Mhm.
delta is one of the states of like a consciousness.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've never paid attention, and I guess I really need to pay attention to more stuff, or maybe I don't. But I would like to know, like, I'd love to know more about me and how I operate, because I really, as much as I know, it's just like there's so much I don't know, and because it's such a natural process for me, like this is what I remember. I mean, that ball of light's just sitting there, just waiting for something to do. It doesn't like go on break, it just sits there. I just see it. I smile every time in my mind. I'm looking at it. I say, I love you. You're beautiful.
Yeah.
And I do that regularly. And even if I'm cranky, because it's just like, that's a different consciousness, I guess. I don't know. There's some confirmation. My Alexa went off. But I don't know. It's interesting. I never paid attention. I guess when I do events, for example, and in the events that I have back to back to back, I'm definitely in some kind of zone that I don't even know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm saying. But at the second somebody sits down, when I'm in that flow, if you will, it's like, all right, you need to work on this, this, and this, right? Because we got like 15 minutes, so I'm gonna walk and chew gum here. Let's get to it. And they're looking at me like, what? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, so it's curious. I'm curious now. It's just like, what is that place? What's the zone? What is that flow? Is it a state? It has to be a state. I'm gonna say it's like a alpha state of mind or a delta state of mind or one of those states of minds, and I don't know yet, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, I'll bring the camera and see what happens with the thermo part.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Maybe we can get some stuff on your head one time, and I mean, it's great. I think when it comes to psychics and people with abilities, we should do more experiments on them with stuff like the thermo and waves and stuff. Because once you get to understand certain things, and like especially you, if you got to understand what your body and how you're doing stuff, that'll get you to the next level.
Well, there's a whole thing that comes along with this, and one of the biggest things that I find will slow down any process is when we get in our heads about stuff and we start to overthink. Mm-hmm. So that's why I don't spend a lot of time. I mean, I have my moments, but I don't spend a lot of time trying to figure out or understand what it is what's going on or what I'm doing, because I don't want to be in my head and not allow the flow to happen properly. Like, I got to move all my thoughts aside. They can still happen, but I literally got to put them somewhere else while the flow happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very much into understanding, and I love it. And at the same time, when it comes down to just doing what you do, you just let it go.
Yeah.
Let it all go. And it doesn't. And what your natural talent and your natural ability, it'll come through regardless of what you think you know or don't know. It'll just come through.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the learning, but again, when it comes to that moment or in those moments, you just let it go.
Yeah,
let it go.
It literally goes to, I can't tell you how many times I've had to do sessions like after, a good friend or loved one passed away, after a breakup where my heart is just shattered. And honestly, sometimes because I'm so preoccupied with, the conscious part of my mind, that healing is probably one of the most amazing and potent ones. And it's happened a few times where I get so preoccupied that people are like, oh my God, like what just happened?
Right. Where'd you go? Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm like, honestly, I have no answer for you.
I like that took over again.
Yeah. So
we already have a couple questions for you. The first one is from Adam. It's way back. And he wanted to know about did you, as a young person, did you notice you could use your hands to heal?
Good question.
Like your palms or your hands?
Well, so interestingly enough, that part I can't actually pinpoint, because it was more of it felt like it just kind of went all through my body. Although there was one of the memories that I got from Sedona. There's a few, but one of them is that I was months old, I guess, and I was still crawling, and I crawled up to a couch, stood myself up and put my hands on. He was considered an uncle, but it was a friend of the family. Put my hands on his knee. I kind of bounced, smiled at him, and then crawled down, and I crawled away. And the guy was just like, what the hell's wrong with your kid? And he stood up, and then he's like, my knee doesn't hurt. And he had some kind of craziness. I think it was like bone on bone or something. That he's like, there's no way that this shouldn't hurt. Whatever it was. But from there, he had an understanding of stuff. And that's a whole other story for another time. But
that's a good story.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Very good story.
Question answered for sure. And the other question is,
go ahead.
No, finish, please.
I just don't know if it always comes out from the hands. When I do group healings with people, it comes out of my heart. So if there's 10 people in the group healing, it'll flow through me and it'll come out the heart space. And I see it's almost like I'll see little pictures of the person going towards them. So it doesn't matter what I'm doing or where I'm moving around in the room. Those little strands are connecting with that person at all times. So
I love strands. Oh, I love that. See, now the physics in me is coming out.
Well, yeah. So this is how I see strands, right? So if you look, I know I'll get back to those questions in a second, but if you look for an example at an electrical cord, right? Something that the brown cords. If you slice it open, it's a cord, but you slice it open, you got all these strands and they're different colors. And sometimes that's how I see the energy that's flowing through. It's one big column, but it's got all these strands. And I might perceive them as different colors, but I don't know if they're actually colors. It's more of the idea of a frequency that's flowing through in the moment for what that person needs. So when I say the strands, sometimes it's more than one going for one person. It could be 10 going for one person and then one strand going for somebody else. That's what I'm saying. It can get as super detailed, crazy, or it can be just me just hanging back and me being at a waterfall, soaking up the sun. I can get so visual and I can get so lost in the vision and see things that I do not understand, nor will I ever understand, that it makes my brain hurt. So I stopped trying to do that, and I just try to watch and pay attention. But that's my thing with strands.
I got a question. Friend, being a retired electrician.
Yeah, here you go. You hit on the electrician
I'm used to wires and stuff like that, different colors. Do you know if a wire is when electricity goes to a wire, it actually makes a heat, makes hot, or it's depending on the wire, the size of the wire, how much current is going through the wire, okay, and it can make a different kind of. It makes it hot, okay. Now heat or fire has different colors. You got red, you got blue, you got green, and the more the weird color gets hotter. Okay, yellow is the coolest. Okay, could those colors be like heat from energy coming through those strands? Because it's a resistance. The heat cord consists by resistance.
Right.
The resistance is what causes the heat.
Right.
So
maybe some of those colors are different forms of different colors of certain heat, giving you a stronger to the least strong. From yellow, red. I think it's green, blue, or blue, green. I'm not sure which colors are the hottest.
Let me try to answer that for you, because that is actually, I haven't heard that before question-wise, and I think that's awesome. And I'm going to say yes. So I don't know about the resistance part, but definitely, for example, let's say you got problems with your knee, Anthony, right? And so now you're going to, do you have a problem with your knee?
Sure do. They know it.
Okay. Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying. I know. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if I were to work on your knee, for example, if I was sitting in front of you, I would get extremely warm, because for me now, working on physical things for people, I get very warm. So it's very comparable to, essentially I'm an extension cord, or whatever you want to call that. But now I will actually get very cool if I start getting at a higher vibration with stuff. But I still typically, it's different with a group healing because there's more people, but a one-on-one, if I focus just on your knee for whatever moment, I will have I'll start to perspire on my forehead. I won't sweat, but I'll perspire. And I've done that in 10 degrees on a beach. So I've proved that to myself. I went with a friend and they're like, yeah, work on my shoulder. Okay. So
10 degrees.
So, yeah. It was quick, trust me. But it
Yeah.
was enough. Okay, cool. Thank
So-
you for that.
But
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, that
Yeah.
makes sense physics wise too. Back to my science, but like it does with that.
Put the
energy
plugs on
thing.
my head. I'm curious. Let's go.
I love it.
Well,
I love
I
it.
Yeah.
also wanted to share with Adam too, with the hands-on, is at least in traditional Chinese medicine and Qigong, you have energy gates in your palms, and they're
Uh-huh.
associated with your pericardial meridian. So
Mhm.
they're actually a direct connection all the way down your arm to your heart.
Ah,
So when
okay.
you are healing from your heart, often your hands are just a natural outlet from like a more direct form of healing from your heart. But it makes so much sense. Like when you're comforting a friend, you put your hands on them, you pet a dog, it's just such a really common way that we communicate through our hands, but it's actually coming from our heart.
But that's also proof that we are all meant to do this, because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
along the same lines. If we cut ourselves, or if you have a child, it's like they cut themselves. The first thing you do is you put your hand over it.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
You don't even
Or
think
your knee
about
hurts.
it.
Or you hurt
Yeah.
your knee. Exactly. You hurt your knee. What do? You put your
Yeah.
hands on it immediately.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Totally.
Or
agree.
somebody's
Or you hug
crying.
somebody who's hurting
Somebody's
inside,
crying.
right? Like you hug them.
Yeah,
Right.
or they're crying, you go up there and just rub their back. You say,
Right.
it's going to be okay. So you that's true.
Mhm.
That's, I guess, as a human being, we are placing our hand on somebody to make them comforted in some
Sure.
sort of way.
But it's all of that is energy. We're energy. Every ounce of us, everything about us is energy, right? I mean, we're making this real simple because the simple is the way to understand things. The simplicity is key to all this. So rubbing their back is not only giving them comfort, but you're putting your intention is for them to feel better and to be calm. So there's going to be a warmth that starts to circulate.
Yes.
That's really it.
That's so
And
true.
poof! I showed you how to be an energy healer.
Yeah, we solved it. There, we do it naturally. No,
You
we
just
do.
told
I
you
mean,
just told 1,000,000 people. You might as well give up your business now.
yeah, there you
That's
go.
it.
Because
Hang
you
it up.
yourself, you don't need you no more. I'm
We
healed.
just figured it all out.
I really believe this is the next level of our healing. I believe
Sure.
it is available to everyone. I couldn't agree more. We
Yeah.
have the mechanics. It's in our structure. It's in our hardware.
We
We
have
have been trained that we can't do it. But I think now it's becoming way more mainstream.
yeah. What's it called? You would know, Kim, because you're into crazy information. What is the name of those energy lines that are dormant?
Ley lines.
No, I love it. What?
Ley lines.
Yeah.
Ley lines.
No,
Ley
no,
lines.
no, no,
Oh.
no. Their particular name, it starts with an A. It's like anoxin lines. They're ancient lines that we have in our system, energetic lines that are dormant. I will send you that information. But
I
it starts
didn't
with an
know
A. Yeah, look at that. I feel good. Kim doesn't know it.
What? I do not know this one. I love it.
I will send you the information.
Right.
I have it somewhere. I could never remember it, but it starts with an A.
It's not like
man.
Anunnaki. Anunnaki.
Kim's not
No,
sleeping
no.
tonight.
All right.
No, it's actually something energy
Okay.
lines.
Okay.
It's
So
like
that's-
no.
Amazing.
I'll show you. Anyway, I will send you guys that information when I find it. I'm sorry that I'm not prepared for it now, but it's part of the meridian system, right? So, but the way that I understood it is that they're dormant energy lines within a person. That's stuff we used to use and do, but we don't do anymore. So there's actually an activation that could be done to reawaken those things,
Huh.
Nice.
which I've done for people unknowingly.
Right.
Oh, wow.
You didn't know what they were called, but you just
No,
did
I
it.
still, but I know that we woke something up.
We still don't know what they're called at this point. But
I'll look it up, but it's on my phone. Damn it.
They didn't turn into like a werewolf or anything. We waking up.
No, it's like accitonal lines. Give me 2 seconds.
Axolotl?
No.
No.
Oh gosh, now I'm like curious. I'll probably go get my phone and start Googling. But
I know. I was like,
there's
Google
some
will
comments,
be out.
There's some comments in here, or like laying hands on a prayer. Uner mentioned I healed myself once with my mind. Anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Linda said that. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It's just intention.
Yeah, exactly. You don't realize your power.
No.
What do you do? And this is a totally separate thing that we're going to go to this
Go
question
for
from
it.
before from Tara, I believe.
Yeah.
Do you use any tools like tarot cards or anything like that?
No.
So you're
I
not on that side of it.
No, I mean that's what that is. They're just tools, and a lot of times readers don't need that tool. And you know, I see a lot of people. They get kind of they get they put themselves in a place because they rely on the tool. Now, don't get me wrong. I have tons of tarot cards, tons. Ask me if I ever touch them. Ask me if I know how to read them. The answer is going to be no. However, because they can be used for a tool, if I were to shuffle them and say, all right, let me throw out 3 cards, I can look at those cards and I can get a sense of something. I am not reading the cards, or it's again being used as a tool. Right. And it goes to a place of divination. If I'm pronouncing that properly, I'm close to it anyway.
Right.
Yeah. Divination. Thank you. But I mean, even in what I do, sometimes I'll get information and I'll pass it on. I'm just like, oh, did I say something like that? I had no idea. Because we're in a different state of awareness. And I do refer to a lot of time when I'm going through this as we, because I just feel it's like, I call them my people, whatever you want to call that. There's a lot, you can go in a lot of different directions. It's your guides, it's this, it's that. But yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot what the question was.
I like
went
that.
on a
My
whole.
people. I like that. No, I understand what you mean by like not focusing, reading the card. Like this is the card and it means this. You pick it and to get a sense of what's going on.
Yeah, I mean,
literal card.
So I mean, there's that, but I don't use that. I mean, the biggest thing are crystals. I would say that would complement kind of what I do. I have a ton in my space. But I don't use them. I don't lay them on people. So it's interesting because it's almost like I will ask for the energy of. So let's say I was out and about and I needed the energy of, let's say, amethyst. Well, I know what a piece of amethyst is. So now I'm going to ask for the energy of amethyst. If the amethyst pops into my head, I'm going to ask for the energy amethyst to flow through for this individual. So, yeah. So I'll show you a real cool thing. I can't show you now, but when in person, remind me to show you the tourmaline test that I learned from a shop where I used to work upstate, a crystal shop. And it just shows you how quickly the energy of a crystal, like, combines with your own energy. Like it just integrates instantly. It's amazing. So there is definitely something to that. But I ask for the energy of to flow through. And I also do that with some beings and some other stuff, I never say, oh, I work with so-and-so or I work with this one. I'm not trying to walk around like I'm some kind of messiah. I'm Roland. I'm a regular guy that can do this extra stuff. And whatever flows through, flows through. So years ago, I did a meditation. It was an amazing sound bowl meditation. It was really cool. And it was about talking to your guide, knowing their name. So we were in Egypt. We were going to Egypt. So here we are, in Egypt in the meditation, and we get on this boat, and the person that was pushing the boat was supposed to be our guide, So I'm sitting there, I'm all smug, and I'm having this crazy visual, I'm looking at the pyramids, they're all cool as he's sitting it, and I'm like, okay, so what's your name? And I'm looking at this person, and their face kept changing. Their body kept changing. The clothes kept changing. I'm like, and I'm like, what's this? I'm like, what's your name? And I swear to you, the loudest booming voice I've ever heard in my head, rattled my head, saying, it does not matter who we are. The only thing that matters is the message. And I got humbled real quick. And I'd shut up and I don't ask questions no more. It's almost irrelevant to ask, who you are, because it's all energy anyway. And if it's helping somebody, again, that's all that really matters. That other stuff's for ego. Like some people say, I work with Yeshua. I work with, Archangel Michael. I work with Ascended Master Saint Germain. I'm not saying they don't, but it's almost irrelevant if you do or don't. The important thing is, let's help this person. If you're working with them, those beings, that energy, work with them. Help them. And don't tell them, oh, well, you need $222 in order for me to do anything. Otherwise, sorry, I can't help you. Because now you're not working with those beings. But that happens.
That's a good point, because we make a lot of assumptions because we know you. We know a lot about, energy and things like that. But people who watch sometimes, they might say, oh, hey, somebody offered to do this for me for, $200.
$250,000. Yeah.
You know that image that you had, and they said a lot of answers like to come through, and you ask who's that, and we are many.
Yeah. So it's a collective. Sometimes it's a collective.
It's a collective. We are many. I mean, it's depending what you are, because they got legions, they got many, they got all kinds of stuff, and it shows that it's not just one. It's just many, because you got to realize too, throughout generations, how many generations that we're from. Maybe it's our family that are guardians. Okay, there might be different names, and you don't think they realize that they're family. They are many, because we go back how many thousands of years. Our families and the mix and everything. Right. So they are many. So I feel that's. A lot of I feel a lot of our guardian angels are from our past lives, or many our past generations of family that's still around that want to watch over and take care of you. So and you're right. It's not where you get all this power from. It's what you use it for, and you're using it to heal. Yeah. And you don't need all this ego and titles and everything. If you're a healer, you're a healer, and that's it.
Listen, that's why I say what I say about me. I'm just an energy healer, and I can be in a room with 5 other healers, and this actually happened once at a psychic fair, if you will, right? So there were 5 healers. We were in the healer section, so it was 5 tents of healers. And this woman comes up, she goes, so why should I sit with you? And I said, well, I don't know. Why should you? I said, there's 5 healers here, including me. Why don't you do this? Go to each one. Feel them. See what if the person feels right for you. If they feel right, you're going to know beyond the shadow of a doubt. Then work with them. I said, I can't tell you who's good, who's bad. That's not for me to say, but you need to feel and have your own experience. She ended up coming back, but that's not the point. The point was that, it's not, I'm not threatened. It's not about threatening if there's 5 healers there. It's like everybody works different. And again, the end result, the end goal is whoever that person was got healing, and it hopefully worked.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I love, Roland, that you said we, because I feel very seen right now, because I also grew up saying we all the time, and my family and everybody would be like, who is we? And whenever my friends would ask me, they're like, why are you saying? And I'm like, to this day, I still speak that way. And I'm like, I don't really know who this we is, but I do. Same thing. Like, I feel like there's just, and I don't think any of us are alone here.
No,
we all have support.
And I think it's really funny though, because like in a session, I'll start throwing we around, not even paying attention. The person will literally raise their hand like this and be like, I'm sorry, but what do you mean by we? Like they're ready to run out of the chair because they think I'm some kind of crazy person, like, or the devil came through.
What do you mean? Did I say we? I'm like, I don't even know, right? Right?
Like you've got multiple personalities or something, right? Right.
When you start fighting with yourself, I guess, no, yes. What are you talking about? I'm not. When you start fighting with yourself, that's when they should run out of the room.
Just us.
It's true.
Yeah. Did I stop any more questions? I'm sorry. I love questions.
No, it's okay.
Oh,
I mean,
there's a ton of questions here.
I
We've
know,
got-
like, we
I
always
can't
get
read
questions.
anything that pops up. I'm doing it on my phone and my glasses.
Oh,
So.
we'll read them
You
for
have
you.
so many. Let's start at the end and go back. Right now we have will a crystal pick you or vice versa?
Yes, crystals definitely pick the person. They decide you're for me. So if you go to a crystal shop, don't go. My suggestion is, and I used to tell this to everybody, when they used to come into the shop, they come in with this list. Oh, I need all these. I'm like, for what? I need it for this, this, and this. And I said, give me your list. And I'd give them a basket. And I said, do me a favor. Give me a half hour. Walk around this space, all around this store. And the shop is huge. It's upstate. It's an amazing shop. It still is. And it's even getting better. But, I mean, they have such a huge arrangement. Anyway, half hour later, they come back with 5 stones and like, I got this. And I said, well, let's read each card. And everything that they picked was, like the way I look at crystals is, yes, they have properties, right? You can read it, but everything is kind of generic. And it's like a book. It's rare if you come across crystals where people actually channel its information. But it happens. And that's why I always encourage people, you can put your hand in and you'll just know this one's for you. Or in the case of some people, like it gets stuck to their hand. I had a piece of moldavite that wasn't leaving my hand one day. I had 5 pieces of moldavite. I took them all off this other one. I was literally going like this. It was not leaving my hand. It was $120 and I did not want to spend it. And I cried, but I bought it because it wanted to come home. And so, yes, it definitely picks the person. I don't want to take up too much time with these questions. I love questions.
No, it's okay. People want to know. Does chipping, here's the next question that it relates. Does chipping the tip of a crystal hurt it?
Okay, so it's almost like it depends. If it's a point, right? Like people like that shard point. Mm-hmm. Well, it might not be if somebody's using that point to direct the energy flowing through, because typically they're amplifiers, because majority of crystals are quartz. It's still going to work, but it just might be, it's not going to be laser point. It's going to be kind of out a little bit, if that makes sense. And depending on how it chips. And sometimes, going a little further with that, like if somebody drops a crystal or somehow your stone breaks into 2 or 3 pieces, that means a few different things. But you have to really connect with your stone to understand better. I could say all kinds of crap, but I'm going to encourage everybody to connect with your stone. Like, understand what your stone wants you to understand. So if it breaks into 3 pieces, why did you break in 3 pieces? My brother needs one, my sister needs one, and then I'm keeping one. That happens. Or sometimes it broke because somebody had bad thoughts of you, and it's protecting you, so it breaks. Like a lot of times people wear bracelets and a week later it'll break off. Go get yourself another one, because clearly it's protecting you. Or they're cheap. Right. It can go either way. But I'm going to lean.
I do that with these.
I used to have
and when they break, I get another one.
Yeah.
I used to, and it was weird because I don't know why, how I got it and whatever, but a tiger's eye. Okay.
Yeah.
I used to have it on all the time.
Yep.
And I had it on all the time, and I used to sleep, with it on and everything. One day I woke up, it was all gone. It was like my necklace, it was like it was gone. I couldn't find it in the house, the bed, nothing. It was like vanished.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if that has to do with anything, but
that's wild.
Well, I have a very comparable story to you. I can't tell you the answer or where it went, aside from I feel that it did what it needed to do for you. And that means it gave you its energy, and somehow, and it moved on to its next guardian. But I had a piece of moldavite that I didn't know at the time. This is back in, oh my God, how old was I? 2001. This girl said, "Oh, this is an alien stone. It's light green and see-through." I'm like, "Oh, this is cool," but I love the idea it's an alien stone. I didn't read up on it or anything, and I wore it for 2 weeks. And then one day I went to go put it on. The crystal is gone. I liked the necklace and it got buried away. Long and the short, 10 years later, moving boxes and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, I remember this chain. And I pulled out. I mean, oh man, I really missed that. So I pulled it out. The Moldavite was back on the chain.
Wow.
10 years later,
Wow.
it was on the chain. And look, I used to drink a whole lot, and I was never that drunk that I can't recognize that the stone is there or not. It was a decent size.
You didn't imagine it, right?
Maybe it had
No.
like a side quest or
Yeah, right? Like, where have you been?
Like, time out, gotta go do my side quest. I'll be
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, that's
Wouldn't you love to
Mine
know
never
where it
came
was?
back.
Like, where
To
it
this
went?
day, I still
I
can't
think
find
that's
it.
amazing.
It wasn't,
Mine never came
and
back.
yeah, no, and sometimes that's going to happen. And, you know, I can't tell you one's more special than the other, but I can tell you that those stones, those crystals, they're alive and they do choose you. They have consciousness, even though they're solids. And that's why you can connect with them, but you can connect with everything. But stones are a little bit more, I want to say, if far as anything, like evolved in that way.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people use crystals on certain devices now, and they wrap copper around it to
Sure.
catch the energy,
Amplifiers, you have to bring it in like an antenna.
like portals and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I mean, I came across a couple of those, and I was interested in it. Matter of fact, the psychic that I told you that had the thing on the head in Delta, he used to have his one room because his house was really extremely haunted. Crystals in one room, okay, in all four corners. I mean, tall crystals. And
Yep.
he had copper wire running from each of them. He had one in each corner and copper wire running around there. And he said that was a safe place. I used to go in there, and he used to be fine in there. I don't know how
That's
true.
So to me, that's generating energy and opening up doors, you know, dimensional doors for the beings
Yeah.
to walk in and out of.
That sounds
Really?
really intense.
Really? I
Yeah.
never understood
Like,
why he did it.
I might be a little
I'm
tired
saying-
after a while.
Or
Yeah,
lost.
And he should have did the whole house versus a room.
yeah.
Not that I know any
Right.
better, but that's the feel I get.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Anyway.
'cause that would create
You-
like a torus. It would create like a spiral within. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
imagine existing in that all the
Yeah,
time.
so-
Yeah, but
that
you're
was-
doing it in a room and that energy spewing out around, just moving, opening things up. Yeah.
So that
Right.
room would be safe for him as a psychic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
That makes sense.
That
some
explains a lot of
psychics-
this guy.
some
He was,
psychics and mediums are chasing the experience high. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe he was setting something up like that so he could feel something there. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't
yeah,
know.
well, he ended up going a little loony.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
well, there you go.
Yeah, he actually did, and because he was doing it since he was like 8 years old. He was a psychic that they found out that he had abilities. He was telling the teacher something about. She had a thing on her desk, and he started telling her about a person that's happening on, and it happened, and it ended up going to MTV. Found out, and they put him on at 9 years old on the show to do a little thing. And next thing you know, everybody started going to him, adults and stuff, and he didn't
Yeah.
understand what's going on.
Yeah,
And his
too
parents had
much.
no clue.
Yeah.
And-
No, that's dangerous and, you know, can mess up somebody's persona and personality
For sure.
at that age.
Yeah.
I always say, you know, most kids are sensitive and all I mean, so everyone wants to think their kid is special first off, but
Mhm.
you know, most kids are sensitive up till around the age 8 or so. But if you want to try to nurture that,
Mhm. Yes.
which a lot of parents don't understand, and I think it's a beautiful thing to learn with your kid, so that you both have a better understanding versus, oh, that's not real, that doesn't exist, when they're clearly seeing and feeling stuff. It's not their imaginary friend Jack.
No.
You know what I mean? Jack is just a real another person that they're seeing. I mean, so I just wish there was more encouragement for
Yeah.
that.
Well, I believe in that, and Jenny knows. And when it comes to children, and I know I always try to help children with their abilities.
Right.
Because I come from
Good.
an era you weren't allowed to talk about it.
Right.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
talks to parents. He always talks
So,
to parents of kids who have, sensitivities or,
yeah,
say
I
that
always
they
tell them,
see
don't
things.
dismiss what they got. You might not
Yep.
believe everything, but just don't dismiss it. You might not want to encourage it, but talk to them, see what's going on with them before you
Yeah.
dismiss anything with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because a lot of parents don't. You know, how many years I know when I was going through all this too. Back then, if you actually went out and said anything to anybody, um, they could put you away. Or
Yep.
they're taking
Oh,
doctors
sure.
put you all kinds of treatments, saying, "Oh, you're losing your mind and stuff." So yeah, so I'm always
Absolutely.
working with kids. I try to as much as I can.
I think that's beautiful. If you ever need help with that, let me know. I'll be on board to help out.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
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 All right. What other
No,
questions? I'm ready. What else
I
you got?
feel
I'm
like we need
excited.
to bring him to one of our investigations with the kids.
Yeah.
I
Well, actually,
do.
that
Kids,
brings
kids are
me,
great.
that brings me to my next question. So,
Yeah. Go.
Roland, are you doing investigating? Do you do paranormal investigating as well?
I do on occasion go out. I mean, so I would always, my thing is when I go to investigations, like, I don't do anything. I just do energy healing. I can't do anything. The next thing you know, I'm like, wait, there's a man standing over there. And,
Mhm.
like, um, I, I, I'm, s- I went to a few and I thought they were interesting. I also see how some people can be, I'll give you an example. Like sometimes somebody can believe they see a child and it's not a child
Mhm.
and they can't
Mm,
tell the difference because they're just like, I'm helping a child that's on the other side and
Mhm.
it's not a kid. It's making itself look like a kid, but
Yep.
they don't
Yep.
have. So I feel that everybody has a certain bandwidth, right?
Mhm.
And sometimes their bandwidth won't allow to see other things versus somebody else's bandwidth who's not on their bandwidth, but it might cross over a little and somebody else might be able to see it. And the crazy thing is that sometimes we're both right. It's not about you're wrong, I'm right. It's just that I'm seeing that it's not a little kid and you're seeing that's a little kid. And guess what? We're both right.
Mhm.
And that's okay. But I mean, I just felt, never mind that it was a little kid. I feel
Mhm.
it was potentially malicious,
Yes.
and
right.
something I wanted to stay away from. And that's why my antenna went up, not
Mhm.
because it was a kid. If it's a kid, it's great, but it didn't feel like a kid. I
Mhm.
felt something else. Like it was kind of sneakily trying to work its way in through somebody's back. But
Mhm.
I do go on them. I love investigations with all the toys. Sometimes you have to sit for a while to get it going, but sometimes you're lucky and a place is
Hmm.
hot, if you will. But one of the things I've had to learn is that I really got to bring my energy in,
Yeah.
because if I'm walking in certain places, it's like my friend used to say, I'm a big sage stick. Um, and so it's just like I'm automatically in a mindset to clear, and we don't want to clear certain spaces. So I've learned to kind of bring my energy in just to me and not spread
Yeah.
out like I normally do.
Yeah. I mean,
Because,
when you said just talking about a child spirit,
yeah.
and
Hmm.
it's not. When people, I mean, I know as what I do, you see them as a child, not always as a child. They're not always as a child. They come to you as a child because you feel more comfortable with a child than with a
Yeah.
big, massive man or
Yeah.
somebody else. So they come to you, and that's how they get you to do
Yeah.
things the way you want.
They
People
get
have
the
to
trust.
understand when it
Right.
comes to spirit, they can't always think it's going to be what they see. They have to open up a little more and have that little cautious. And like you feel it because and I always say, and they know, I always say, the best tool in your tool bag is your own intuition.
Yeah.
You feel it.
100%.
It's
Yeah.
it's you. I mean, you can have $1,000 worth of tools. You got to go with your own feeling.
Yep.
Right.
I
Yep.
mean, you can walk in. I mean, they know I walk in all kinds of gadgets and tools, and I'm Mr. Gadget
The
on some of
tools
these.
are fun. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. Right.
but you don't need that. All you got to do is have a feeling in here to get your own intuition, and and to feel comfortable. You know, if you don't feel so comfortable with something, you get yourself out of that situation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. But to answer your question, I've done a few, Kim, and I am looking forward to going to do more just to
Nice.
see. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
you're
but-
going to be investigating with us, I think.
Yes,
Do you
soon.
have
on
a
the
favorite
28th, March
location?
28th. Say again?
Do you have a favorite location you've gone to so far?
I haven't gone to that many. Although I'll say I've been to White Hill, I want to say 3 times.
Okay.
Maybe I'm lying. Maybe it's
Good
2.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, that place is fun for a little
Yeah,
while.
so-
And then I'm kind of like, all right, I'm bored. But
Yeah.
it's only because I'm perceiving things different. It's almost, and I don't want to, if anything, I try sometimes to be a battery to kind of allow more things to happen. If I'm going to try to do anything at all, just because I think the spirits get tired, believe it or not. Or what I mean by that, it's like they might not have the energy to influence something anymore if you have 20 people going up and down the stairs all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
No, that's a good point. I never thought about that. I mean, they are repeatedly asked the same things at a place like that, right? Like
Yeah.
every night.
Yeah, and so it's just like, I mean, if they have intelligence, they're gonna roll their eyes eventually and be like, dude, I don't want to do this anymore. But
Yeah.
if I put out energy in the sense of like, you can eat this, let this charge you, and I've done that once or twice, and it seemed to be successful.
Mhm.
And I think that I just have to keep working on it. If that's what I'm going to be, I'll be a battery until things change, and then I'm not going to be a battery, and I'm going to be grumpy about something and tell somebody off spiritually. Like
It's good that you do that.
like in
Yeah.
in White Hill, in the back by the wine area, there's a dude. I think his name was Tony. That he was affecting women, like pushing them, punching them, or grabbing their butt or something, like
Right.
real disrespectful. So I went and had a
By the bar.
conversation. Yes.
By the table.
In the back by the wines.
Right.
By
you
the-
go back.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like that little closet back there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I,
like-
I've seen something back there a couple of times, and matter of fact, that's why I got my SLS.
Yep.
Because
No, he's
somebody
in-
put something there, and this was like, I don't know how many years ago,
Yeah.
2017, 2016,
Wow.
and it was interesting. That whole place has stuff going on there.
There's a lot of overlaying things over there, but yeah, I had a
So you had a
conversation.
talk with Tony.
Yeah, and I asked him oh so nicely to leave women alone. You can be active, you can do stuff, but the second you start down talking, I said, if I hear anything, I promise you, I don't need to be in this space to affect you, and I will.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried to get all tough and pluff up, but I was like, you can give me as big as you want to be. I will smack you down.
Yeah.
And it was
from
just-
an era when that place was owned by the mob.
Yeah, I know exactly what he thinks he is.
Yeah, and he thinks he's a tough guy back there. His name
He
is
wasn't a tough guy back then either.
Antonio.
Don't give me. Yeah, he wasn't a tough guy back then either. Please, he was just more talk. He just
Yeah.
wanted to be part of it. I don't know how he ended up in that corner because he wasn't. Then nobody respected him. But anyway, I don't want to get into it. I let him
Yeah.
have it, and he's been. I haven't heard anything since. I'll have to ask Dawn, but I haven't heard anything since.
Yeah.
Because I heard he like tried to push her downstairs, and I was like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
okay, we're gonna have a talk. So that's what we did.
Yeah.
Poor Dawn.
With the thing with the battery, like you said, you bring in like the battery. What you should do with that, because that's what I do. I sit still. Sit still. Let it come to you. Spirit will come to you. You don't have to go do anything else. Spirit will come to you because they know where it's like they know where the energy is, and they will
Like
come
in
to
lighthouse, like a
to charge
beacon.
themselves. Yeah, like a beacon. So a lot of times I just sit still with a camera and my thing. You can ask Jenny and Kim. Sometimes I just sit in one spot and in the dark or wherever I am,
Yeah.
and things come to me all the time.
He does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that might be one of your things you might want to do. You don't have to walk around
Yeah.
the building because if you got that kind of power, they will come to you. It doesn't matter. You don't have to go from floor to floor, especially White Hill, you have all those stairs. You go up and
Oh yeah. I just do it one trip up and then down, and that's it. That's about as far as I go.
You know, especially with my knee. You know,
Yeah.
they don't let me slide down the banister. So
well, now I got to work on your knee.
Yeah, you got to work on your knee. But I'm just saying, when you're a beacon, just sit still and let it come to you. Don't say nothing. Let it all come to you. You could leave it recorded down. You could just, if you have anything else you want to put out, and just let it come to you. You may ask little questions. You might have a little conversation. Say somebody else is sitting with you. Have a little conversation, and then you record it back. You're gonna might hear disembodied voices on that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, you don't have to walk around. You're a beacon. Let it come to you. Let the other guys, let the young kids run around with their new toys. And
I want to see the toys. I can't lie.
I know, that's kind of, you know me with the recorders. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, it's a good record.
And I got that other recorder that you recommended, Jenny, and I'm looking forward to try it. I'm looking forward to try it.
I should turn my camera around and show you my whole room full of toys.
I can't wait. I'm coming over, and you're just going to show me stuff. I'm excited.
I got this, and this. I got about 15, 20 cameras, night vision.
Oh, wow.
He loves cameras. He loves He's the guy in the van with all those monitors. That's
I wish that's my goal.
He would just sit there all night.
I love it.
About 16
it's his dream.
to 30 cameras all over the place.
Yeah,
You just watch the monitors all night.
He's in the Scooby-Doo van. I can see it.
Yeah.
So there's a question I don't want to miss tonight. I know we still have plenty of time. There's a really interesting question from Tara. Do you think our DNA remembers past lives? Can DNA have memories? Now, before you answer this, I just want to say tonight I was watching a show where people were talking about having transplants, like a transplanted organ, and having their personality change.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I guess I'm going to add that on to that question.
I was literally just talking about that yesterday with somebody as well.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, people who suddenly like classical music, who have a heart transplant.
Well,
it was a cellist or something.
I just completely believe that that's true. And so we were just making a joke that, like, if somebody takes my kidney,
for example, my friend Joey,
obsessed with
he had a heart transplant. Joey had a heart transplant before he passed.
Right.
And throughout that time, he started liking different foods that he never liked. He started wanting to go see the sunset on the beach, which he was never really into. He wanted to do different things that he never did. And he had these urges to go, not just like, I'm changing my life. I just had heart. He had urges to go to do these certain things, locations and stuff. So I believe, and that's a thing when they gave him the transplant, they said that his moods, and it's known that people do have changes because there's another organ from somebody else in there, and you might pick up that personality.
So that's a physical thing, right? So when you're interacting with another body part, as far as the human race, I think if you touch somebody long enough, or you hang out with somebody long enough, you don't have to touch them. You start to they start to rub off on you. So I can't imagine that it would be a wrong statement to say that if you have somebody's body part in you, it's going to alter you somehow.
Yeah.
Now going back to this question about,
I don't want to turn into Jenny.
Oh my God. I'm giving you my kidney, Anthony.
I don't want to. No,
Anthony.
Hanging out with her and
you will never eat a cow again.
Anybody.
You will never eat meat again. So the question was, do you think our DNA remembers past lives? Can DNA?
I don't think it's the DNA that remembers it. I think it's our soul.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
I just think that
the thing I was watching.
Yeah, I think that this is just a vessel, and we have, it's a vehicle, and we're not driving it to its full potential. So I think that the soul will remember it, not necessarily our DNA. it will activate the DNA accordingly. But I don't think it's the other way around.
Okay.
I think it's both. I think
Could
that,
be.
yes, the soul definitely has the past life memories, but I believe that because our DNA comes from this planet, it comes from the earth. You know, we're built from the building blocks of Mother Earth, our physical
Right,
vehicle,
100%.
right?
That's another conversation we could have at a later time.
And there is memory from Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like there's Earth memory, Earth life memory. But I agree also with the soul memory. It's complicated. It's way more complicated than just a simple answer.
But if you know, and the other side of that is if we are, you know, growing up and we're having memories of another land or another world and we long to be there, a lot of kids will feel that. Like I heard this one kid, like he remembered he was a fighter pilot, you know, crazy.
I think I heard that
And he
story.
had all that information.
Yes.
And after that happened, like he was a regular kid again. So I feel that the soul will affect the DNA to have a longing or an urge or something, a memory even. But I'm going to go with you, Kim. I think that it's so intertwined with itself. I can't say one's not without the other. This is a system. We are a system.
Yeah.
So
Well said.
everything's in, you know, it's like when I'm working on somebody, I'm not just working on, say, their knee. I'm working on the emotional body. I'm moving energy in all sorts of ways to help release. And, you know, so there's a lot of components that go untalked about because they really don't need to be talked about. Not to say that it's not fascinating, but people get lost in the details sometimes and not really focus on their healing. I used to have a thing where you know, like football players have with they have a thing on their arm and they have like plays.
Like a
So I would make a slice, put a I'd put a notepad in it, and I would write little notes for each person. I'd put the date, and I would just write anything that came to my mind because my memory is shot. So I would write all this stuff down, and I'd write all this information, and people at the end were they wanted to know what I wrote. They didn't care about anything else. And I felt that it's kind of like you're missing the point. So I stopped doing it because I want them to focus on the feelings that they felt. I mean, they literally sit up and be like, all right, what'd you see? I'm like, whoa. Like, you know, what did you feel? I felt this, I felt that. What'd you see? Like, it got weird. It got weird.
You have to do the work, right? Like people,
That's what I do.
that's the way to avoid the work, right?
Yeah. So I backed away from doing that. And, you know, and I mean, it got because sometimes I felt it was breaking my flow because I'm in this flow. Oh, I got to write this down. In this flow, oh, I got to write this down. You know, and it's just like now I got a phone. So the only thing I do is I'll see an animal come up on somebody, and I already have it like pre-populated. If I put spiritual meaning of, it'll populate the thing, and I just write the animal in. And does a Google search, and I'll just, you know, but that's not as much as writing things down. I mean, if you'd see the notepad that I would write, this small little thing, I'm writing all this information to the point I couldn't read it anymore.
Right.
So yeah, we just stopped doing that because people were focused elsewhere.
That makes sense. Kim, I'm sorry I cut you off. I have a little delay tonight. What were you saying?
Oh no, I was just gonna say my ego absolutely wants to know what's on that little notepad. Absolutely. After every healing from anybody I've ever been to, I'm just like, yeah. So what'd you see? There's nothing you could tell me that would freak me out. So like, if you want to use this practice of just testing it out on me, let me know. It's very much.
I know.
You're right. It's beyond that. It doesn't really matter about that.
It doesn't. But don't get me wrong. Like, Kim, if you ever sit with me again, I promise you I'll give you all the information that I can retain.
Well, to be honest, you're probably right. I don't actually need that. It doesn't even, you're right. I mean, it really is beyond that, beyond what.
Well, I mean, what ended up happening is like you'll focus more on. Oh, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, and Mother Mary were with me. What? What
Okay.
about your what about your ankle? What about your
How do you
shoulder?
feel? Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It
How's
feels
your
like
anxiety? How's your anxiety? What, you're focused
exactly.
on that.
Well,
Yeah.
now I'm anxious about Mother Teresa showing up. No.
Oh, it's all right. It's
No,
all good.
no, but it makes sense. It doesn't matter if it's like Mahatma
doesn't.
Gandhi or Jesus Christ himself. Like it's
Right.
like doesn't matter if you don't feel better. Like
Right.
you got to
No.
focus on the
Right.
end result.
No, no.
Right?
Yeah.
And you might have a couple good days, and then they'll be asking that being or that deity or whatever they
Right.
are,
Like
can you help me? Because you came into healing with Roland, and now it's
right,
nothing's
right,
working.
right.
Now.
Yeah.
So I think simplicity is the key, and I try to keep this as simplistic as possible, and I don't want to put fluff. And to me, once I start throwing those things in, even though I'm perceiving certain things, that's my perception. My perception might not have anything to do with your experience.
Right.
Mhm.
It might be cool as hell, but it might not have anything to do with your experience. So that's another reason why I'm just going to keep that to myself for now.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
here's
Yeah,
another
th-
question if you're ready.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is
ready.
like rapid fire questions. Like we usually get questions, but this
Yeah,
is
this is
you,
good.
you're
This is
getting a
good.
ton.
Mhm.
I love it.
So Adam, our friend Adam in Texas, would like to know, what about seeing the energy in the dark? Like, does that make a difference?
Yes. Yeah. So it's interesting. So this is where getting out of your head is so important. I'll give you an example. I went on a tour at a mine, and so we're underground and everything. We're inside, and they shut the lights off. When they shut the lights off, I saw, or I perceived, two miners walking. And I was like, what is this? How am I perceiving? What's going on? And then to turn the lights on, they're not there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I think, just think of it this way: in the dark, you're losing one of our senses, right? And it helps if you allow it, it will help to strengthen the other senses.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have sight anymore because of darkness, that means your ears are going to pick up. That means that your smell might pick up. You might feel a vibration from somewhere. So
right.
Typically when I go to energetically clear space, I'll usually go into the basement in the dark, even if that's the creepiest place ever. And I put headphones on.
Well, that's what we were saying, the sensory deprivation that our friend Bianca
Yeah, good
Rose
point.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could see why, like, before he goes into it, but does he have sensory deprivation as he's going through the tour? I mean,
No,
through the
she does-
investigation?
It's like remote viewing. So she uses
Right.
the sensory deprivation to get her into that hollow state, basically her blank state, and then she goes into the location remote viewing wise,
Right.
or like allows the information to come to her.
Right.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it's cool.
You're gonna
Very
meet her
cool.
at the Hollow. She's sharing the room with us also.
Oh, yeah,
cool.
Bianca Rose. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I know her.
Yeah. She's
I think
phenomenal.
I think we all know each other. Yeah, she's fun.
Yeah, she's
Her and
phenomenal.
Shannon are
Yeah.
gonna be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're cool peoples. Very cool peoples. All right, what else you got for me? Keep it coming.
So yeah, no, I love it. These are like so good. I
Yeah.
want to make sure that I don't miss any. So
Yeah.
tell us what you talked to me about a room, right? That had like, tell me about that situation. Do you know what I'm talking about, that you send people to, that has like the
The
whole setup?
the
The lights? Yeah, go ahead,
healing
Kim, you know.
frequencies.
The energy enhancement system?
Thank you. That's the
Yeah.
word I was looking for.
Yeah.
I knew what it was. I couldn't name it.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So there are computer monitors, depending. It has to be like an even number. It's either 4, 12, 4, 12, or 24. Some places even have had 48.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, but you literally just sit in this room, and it's creating a bio. There's a lot of crazy science that you girls would be much better understanding it better than me. Me being the simpleton that I am, they say that because I'm simple. They say it's creating, because they're precisely placed. It's creating biophotonic feedback between the monitors, which is creating a toric field of energy. It's also creating scalar waves, apparently. So when you're in this room, apparently these colored frequencies and such, they give energy to the cells to help them heal themselves. But it also works on emotional things as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
For example, like anxiety.
Yeah, like sometimes it'll calm somebody down. And what's crazy is you go in this room and you sit there, and the thing is, like, it's not one and done. You got to go like maybe weekly, 2 hours if you can, or an hour a week if you can. Like, you got to do it a few times, so it's like you do a little bit, the body needs to kind of integrate it. You go back, the body integrates it. You know what I mean? We have, well, the doctor where I work, it's a holistic doctor. I work in his office. I have a room. So he has one of these systems. It's a 12-unit system, and it's a nice size room. It's a small room, so it's like perfect. It works really well. Not saying it cures everything for everybody, because we've had both, but there was one guy, he found out he had prostate cancer. But this guy put a lot of time in, and I don't know what he ate diet-wise. I don't know what else he did, but he went in there 5 days a week, 6 hours a day. He only peed once, and
Wow.
he put 80 hours in a month. And when he got the scan again, it was gone, completely gone.
Even just putting yourself in that restful state for 6 hours when you have a condition like that, to allow yourself to just self-heal, is so wonderful. But I've seen this room. It's a really cool, amazing room, and I've been in it too. And it's very active in there at your place, Roland. Yeah. And it's kind of like, I would think about it almost like an energy jacuzzi, kind of like you go in and like you just like, jacuzzi, you just like relax the body, and like it infuses in, maybe you don't want to sit in a jacuzzi for forever. You're just
you gotta get up, you gotta go.
And then you gotta get out at some point, and then you go back in again for like another therapy treatment. That was kind of like how, but that's really neat.
Perfect analogy. I like it.
That's another, there's so many forms of healing that have been just completely put to the wayside because of Western medicine. And it's unbelievable. Light therapy, sound therapy, meditation healing, self-healing, movement healing. It's all kind of coming back a little bit, and it's legit. There's studies on all of this.
Even frequencies is a whole thing with sound, music, that the music was changed to, like, instead of 440 tuning, it was changed from 432. So it's supposed to, like, not stimulate in the same way or something like that. That's why stuff like music, classical music, stimulates you in such a way, because it was before the changing of the tuning.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
And
what do you think about the drum classes? Those drum circles they have.
So drum circles, I feel, so years ago I went to like a state fair upstate. It was big, and they had an area called Africa World, and they had an area where people, you can drum. So they had all the drums around and stuff, and I was just sitting there being me, drumming around like I thought I was, part of a band or something. And then other people sat, and then like the instructor or whatever, he started getting the rhythm, and you just start to get in sync. It's like a heartbeat.
Right.
Wow.
Right. And so everybody starts to sync up. You don't even know that you're syncing up. You're not trying to. It doesn't matter if you have no rhythm, because there's a pulse, and that pulse is keeping everybody else's pulse. Yes, you can fall off, but for the majority, like, you're in that, and it takes you somewhere. You go somewhere. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, it puts you in a meditative state of sorts with your eyes open, and I don't know what else you can get out of that, but I mean, I don't even remember. I was like, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden I started to do other things on the drum that my friend's like, hey, you're good. I'm like, what'd I do? I don't know. So I mean, there's something to that, and it makes sense why indigenous cultures, it's a simple instrument that stirs the soul. And it's in repetition. It's in repetition to help kind of intensify that sensation, that feeling you have. And I'm sure that there's an additive of somehow that help you kind of really, whether it be a mushroom or God knows what.
Please don't make that. I'm thinking about joining one of those groups. I would like to try something like that, because I am a drummer, and that meditative state is the wildest thing you just said, because when I used to play and everybody's getting into what a groove and whatever song you're getting into, it's like I'm not there, but I'm there.
Yeah.
It's for musicians.
I'm putting it in, but I'm in the zone, and I can hear what's going on, but I'm in that zone through my stuff in there, in my way, and I can see that meditation, because that's what it was like pretty much for me.
But understand, that is a flow state.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Roland. You took the words right out of my mouth. Flow state.
Yeah, it's complete flow state. It's no different than a runner's high. Yeah. You go to this place, and the cool thing with musicians, especially if you're really connected with them, like the guitarist can make a change, and everybody's already knowing it and following it.
Yeah,
like an intuitive session, and that's what jam sessions are, right? Things start happening.
Jam session starts off with one beat. Next thing you know, 4 hours later into just play completely through, and you're like, when you're done, it's like, wow, that was great. Did anybody record it? You miss out on some genuine gold.
With his cameras.
You just kept on going because you were just into that I don't know, meditation, but you were just into the music so much that you didn't even pay attention to what you were doing. You were just doing it, and it sounded great. And
imagine if we did that in the rest of our lives.
Right.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Right.
I used to be a bass player. I know what that state is. And I think music, for me, if I didn't play music like in that time, I think I started with the cello in 4th grade. So I don't know how old I was. But if it wasn't for playing music throughout the years, I don't think I'd be able to really connect, or I really would have to work to connect the way that I'm able to connect now. Mm-hmm. And also think about it. So it expands your brain, music, especially if you're learning at an early age. That's why people that are musicians are really good at languages too.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, I don't know about languages with me. I know the.
Well, listen, I don't know if you've tried either, but
hey, forget about it.
When you're younger, especially, it works.
I started playing drums at 7.
Oh well, it made it seem like. But you can still play.
My husband's a musician, but
not. I haven't been playing. I'm the
language person
on a kit. But
I'll bring my bass over. Find the drum.
Oh, I got drums.
And let's see what happens, man.
I got drums.
Yeah.
They're all over the place now these days, because who has to put a kit in the corner? I don't have room.
Yeah, well, they got the electric ones now, much smaller. Yeah. And they sound really good.
So hit the studio and do a jam.
All right.
There you go.
I like it.
There you go. Yeah, I love it. Kim, do you play an instrument? Kim, do you play an instrument?
No. I did
nor do I.
In high school and stuff like that, but no, not anymore.
I didn't even do it.
I haven't touched my bass in many years.
Oh.
But I mean, I'm looking at it, and I've been looking at eyeballing that. I fixed it up like 4 or 5 years ago. It's still in a case, I haven't touched it
Mhm.
because I'm afraid if I touch it, it's going to be a 13-hour experience.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I'm going to get mad at myself and yell at my hand for getting tired. How dare you? And then I'll find the grace and be like, you're okay. I love you. And I love you,
Oh.
bass. And I'll fall asleep with the bass. It gets weird. But
I fell asleep with my drumsticks many a times.
yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
afraid I don't want to go through that. Even if I know that I'm not going to go that way, but it's okay.
Because music does open up your mind. Maybe that's, and I feel some of the stuff I do is because of, you know, the beats and the counts and everything that we did through the years with
Yeah.
that. Everybody 4 count, and that's what I try to teach my grandson. It's like, yeah, 4 count. I hear he's 18 months old with sticks hitting
Yeah.
everything, but you got. I feel it's a good experience. But that's why I want to get to a drum circle and see if I can just get in there and release everything.
I'll be very curious to see what happens for you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Me
You
too.
know,
You're gonna have to
Um,
report back on
I
that.
don't know if it's going to give you the same satisfaction as a set or playing with people.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in that kind of a setting with different instruments.
Hmm.
Because sometimes when those instruments are playing all together, man, like notes happen that you haven't heard before. And oof, it's just like, are we on the floor right now? Because I feel like I'm floating.
Yeah, and I love
So,
playing when we
yeah.
played, you know, um, and not cover songs. I'm just talking about originals and stuff like that. When
Yeah.
you do originals and you put your own beats
Look,
in.
3 chords will make a song, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we did demos and stuff with my band, and we had a little band going and stuff. But
Yeah.
it's like when you're doing those demos and stuff, and people hear the song after, and then you're sitting back, and then people are like tapping their hands to your beat. Like, oh shit, I made that beat, and these people are enjoying it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. But
That is cool.
that's good with the sound, healing and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And that's,
Yeah.
I know I'm ranting a little bit more about the drums, but
No,
you know,
It
But
serves
true, though.
purpose and it's okay.
you know,
Yeah.
Going back to sound and stuff, like every time I do a one-on-one session, all the music I use, it's frequency music, meaning that so I can hear the frequency that's playing and the undertone. Like if there's music playing, I could hear the frequency. And then I could feel the frequency and how your body's reacting to the frequency. Now, my music's coming from YouTube. I have to sneeze and I don't want to, and it's like I'm
No, it's
stuck.
okay.
That's why I'm
It's
making a
like-
face.
Okay.
It's like it's there and it just
slap
okay. It
yourself in the
stopped.
back of your head. It'll come up.
Yeah, it went back away. It's like
Funny.
it's playing games.
Rude.
So I will listen to a song to see if it resonates with your body, like, and sometimes like you, the person, be like, well, I don't see anything wrong with that song. I'm like, it doesn't work.
Oh my God.
And I'll give it the time, to really just truly find the right song that I feel that the body really is just like, oh, I want to drink this.
Right.
It's not about the person, it's about but the problem with YouTube is like you can't trust that it says 432. I don't have no way of testing it. I don't have a meter. I don't know what to use for that, but so I just go on feeling. I have to feel it. I have to feel to see if the person, if their body feels it, and then I'll roll with it.
If they're
And sometimes I have to change it.
like those tuning forks.
I have
if it's resonating.
a couple staple songs in that side. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a
Something
good
like
point. Like
this.
a tuning fork. Yeah.
Like the
Or like-
tuning forks.
Yes. Or like
Well,
an aura. Right? Like
well,
you
I'm
see-
going to go with the tuning fork. Yep.
Yeah, the tuning fork. You go.
Yeah,
with
the
that.
aura.
It's interesting because
But I never tried. I never did any comparable things. So I'm
Right.
like, wow, tuning forks. Wow, aura. I never thought of
You know
these
what I
things.
mean? Not the aura,
Yeah.
the aura, not like the vibrations, but like, or the, thing, but as far as like matching somebody, right?
Mhm.
Like with a song.
Well,
right?
no,
Is
the
almost
song.
like,
No. The song. If your body
Yeah.
is really drinking it up, as Roland was saying, this is the song at this
right,
frequency,
and you're matching it
and your
up like a
body
tuning fork.
is
Exactly.
really matching it. Well, the other
Right.
thing that I always think is so cool is those oh my god, I'm not going to remember the word, but they're like on a flat piece of metal and they have the sand on it and they do the frequencies and they make different shapes, right? On the
Oh,
sand.
yeah. Yep.
Symphonics or something.
And yeah, you put it on, and then the
Yes.
sound comes
Yes.
through and makes different shapes.
So
And yeah,
Yep.
every frequency has a shape, and if you think about it, that's only in 2D that you're seeing on that
Right.
piece, on that flat piece. But that
Right.
sound is
And welcome to
actually
my
working
world.
in 3D, 4D. You know what I
Right.
mean?
that's interesting. They
It's
could
working
probably-
in a few
they could probably
Ds.
do something with that now too. With computers, make it into a 3D.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
they could probably do something like that.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
You know, with the bass,
Yeah.
you know, when we have the bass with the different pulls on the string, you got different
Yeah.
notes and stuff. You should just like boom and see if that generates some kind of healing for somebody too. Because I think the bass
So,
would be one of the best
sure.
kind of healing things more than a guitar. Because you got those deep sounds.
Well, it's rhythm.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Right.
It's rhythm. It's rhythm. So I'm right there with you in the drums. Like, people might not hear us, but they feel us,
Mhm.
right? Because
Yeah.
we're in the background, but they
Yeah.
feel us. And sometimes when their heads start moving, it's because there's a kick-ass drum beat and a kick-ass drum bass going at it, and it's like, oh, I feel that guy,
Mhm.
and everything else can happen in the front, but you're feeling the heartbeat, and
Yeah.
we're part of a heartbeat, the drum and bass.
With
So,
the bass,
and you put everything else, and
I think the bass would be good. I mean, the bass drum is where I feel people feel like, because a lot of it's boom, boom, boom,
Right.
boom, boom,
Like in
boom,
your
boom,
heart.
boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. So people can relate
Yeah.
that to their hearts or somebody else's heart. Like, and I feel that goes back to when your mother, back when before you were born, where you had your mother's heartbeat within the womb before you were born, and I feel that's where it goes back to. I mean, I'm going deep now.
yeah,
No, like that's down the rabbit hole, but
yeah,
it's
you're
not
really
wrong.
going.
No, I mean it's not, and people dance
No,
as well
and
since the beginning of time.
I
They
use-
dance like rhythmically
Sure.
as well, not just play
So
music.
I went to this. There's a couple things, like, I'm getting crazy. I'm like, oh my god, we're running short on time.
Like
Is there any
this
more
and this,
questions?
yeah.
I want more. But
happens every time. Trust me. Happens
But
every
I
week.
have,
Sorry, I'm going ranting tonight.
don't be sorry. You're fine. Keep drinking your Red Bull. That your Celsius you don't need. Keep see how the gout
No,
works
my
out
second
for you.
one.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. We need to slow you down, buddy.
Yeah.
But I have a signal. It's a sine generator, so I can put 432 into this thing, and then I could patch it through to a speaker, and it just makes a tone. It just makes a tone. So I guess if I plugged it into a plate that vibrated with some sand, it would make a shape. But sometimes I would use it in my healings if I can remember to plug it in. Which now reminded me, I'm gonna make it a point to kick that in with a speaker again. But just make it low,
Right.
because it's an added ingredient. But you have to be careful how it mixes with any other song that you use. So now that you have different frequencies happening, you really have to be able to feel like, is this working or not? Because sometimes it might not work.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But
At least you
yeah,
tried.
so yeah. Wait, there was something else I forgot. It was the sign thing, and then you were talking about something else. I forgot.
The-
Dancing. Oh yes. Okay. So when I went to Mount Shasta, California, which is where they have these big clouds that are like rings and stuff, and they say that there's spaceships in there. I forgot what the types of clouds they are, but anyway, yes, lenticulars.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it wrong and sound like a fool. Thank God. Thank you for saying that right. So they like, we were leaving on Saturday, but we were dead tired. So there was an ecstatic dance that was happening, and I'm like, "What the hell is
Right.
this?" Yeah,
That's like a state of euphoria that they're getting.
yeah, I
to,
didn't know what that was, but
Yeah.
and I've seen it
Love
since,
it.
but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in person any other time, but this was that one time when I was there watching people in this euphoric state, just dancing around, and I maybe because we're at Mount Shasta on the mountain, but I started to see their connection. Like people started to glow
Right.
to the point that I was like, "What is going on? Am I crazy? Am I
Wow.
losing it?" I told my friend, he's just like, "I don't see that." I'm like, "Well, too bad. I do.
Too bad for
I'm
you.
not crazy."
Is it like
But
raising your vibration, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I there was a part of me that wanted to, and then the other part of me like, I don't think I wanted. Yeah, I wasn't ready for that, but I watched it, and I was a voyeur, and it was just wild to watch people connecting, and it was a connection like this, like watching it go down into the earth and watching it go up, and I was just like, yo, I'm losing it. This is nuts. It was
I
fun.
mean, like, even the most remote tribes, right? Like use dance like that,
Yeah.
during, ritual,
Yeah,
during
yeah,
ritual, use dance. So, I mean,
True.
wow, we're getting like but music to tie it all together is definitely like super important. One of our other guests and friends, the Blue Bodhi, do you know her? She uses,
No.
she does Reiki online to everybody.
I should do that.
She uses, and it completely works.
Yeah.
Trust me. Like,
I know
if it's going to work on me, trust me, it's going to work on everybody because I'm like I'm like a wall. And she uses Viking music, like this crazy Viking music, loud, like super loud. And it's so powerful that you get emotional, it affects you. And I really think it helps. I really do.
So I have a lot of songs in my arsenal. I have when I do my group healings, I do it with cinematic music. It's very invigorating.
Right.
So it brings you up, it brings you down, left, right, and you're like, "What just happened? I don't know, but I love it." And people get into a crazy meditative state, but this stuff is loud, and I'm like, "How are you sleeping?" It's awesome.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah. What do you got for questions? Do we have any left?
Yes.
Well, I was gonna ask you, Roland. So you mentioned that you do group healings. You mentioned that you do hands-on healing.
Yes.
Are those your two modalities that you offer? If somebody is interested in getting services, and how would they be able to?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do distance. In fact, in some places, I'm able to do like Zoom when I do the group healing, only in one place right now because they have everything set up that way. That's a lot of fun because that's like people in person are getting it and people online. So that's an instant interaction. That's always a lot of fun. Yeah, that is cool.
Can you mention the place or is it a secret?
I can't tell you. No, it's the Inner Spiritual Center. The Inner Spiritual Center in Fairfield, New Jersey. I don't know when I'll be back there again. I think we have a date, but my brain isn't working too well. I've had so many. I've got a lot of antennae.
I've been there multiple times. They're lovely there. Yeah.
Nice.
So, so that's that place, and I'm trying to figure out a way to make it like Zoom, like when I do other group healings, because that would be awesome. I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll make it work somehow. Let's see what your questions. Oh, so we do online. We do online. We do in person.
Yeah. And if we have
how do we get to you online? If the audience wants to get to you, how do they actually?
The best way is through the website right now, I'm going to say. And that is buddhahawk.com, buddhahawk.com.
The same thing's your last name on the screen.
Oh, yeah, it's on my shirt. I got these shirts made, and I don't know if you could see, like, this is huge, maybe too big.
There you go.
Buddha Hawk.
Yeah, I think it needs to be big over my chest now.
Healing.
Yeah.
So if anybody in the audience wants to contact them, go through that, Buddha Hawk Healing. Do you have
my number's on there.
Website.
We'll say that one more.
BuddhaHawk.com.
Yeah, it'll take you to BuddhaHawkHealing.com, but it's a lot easier just to put BuddhaHawk.com.
Just put it in the chat.
Do you have a YouTube channel, or is this just?
No, I haven't gotten that. There is one, but there's nothing exciting. There's a couple things on there. People moving around, and they weren't aware that they were moving around. That's Buddha Hawk. If you look for Buddha Hawk, it'll show up. It'll pop up.
And what are you doing next?
BUDD.
Where are you going to be?
These are the things that I should have been warned about.
You're going to be at the Hollow in August.
I'll be. Oh yeah, look at that. That's awesome. That person's right on. I dig it. Yes, I will be there.
That's Anthony.
Yeah, he's good. He's real good.
He's very good.
No, everybody in that picture's been on except for we got to get Danielle on.
Oh yeah, Danielle. How is she?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You'll have a lot of fun with that one. She's like my sister. The first time I met that girl, I was just like, "You're my sister, and I'm going to protect you."
Yeah.
And so, and in fact, the crazy thing is, she actually has my sister's birthday. My sister passed away. Yeah, March 2nd.
Oh,
so coming up next week, a couple of days.
Yeah, yeah. My birthday's the next day, March 3rd.
Yeah,
So-
somebody else gonna be on the Hollow. Well,
Yeah.
Jenny
Yeah, look at
and
that.
Richard.
Who's that?
Jenny.
Anthony Simon.
No. It says Jenny Colucci,
Oh,
something like that. That person.
But I'm not going to be in the devil's den with you.
Yeah, we're in the devil's den.
Oh boy.
Oh, no.
So did I answer everything okay? Were there any
You
more
did.
questions?
Yeah, she
just
passed
one
the
more,
audition.
One more.
All right.
Do you
Audition.
Yeah.
If you're a
astral
musician, you know what I'm
travel?
talking about.
Do you
Go ahead.
astral travel?
That's a great question. I don't know, Kim. Do I astral travel and not know it? Because apparently I had a conversation with Kim and I remote view, and I didn't know I did that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Great question. Remote viewing, I feel like, is a form of astral travel. But when
Right.
people
A conscious
generally
form of
ask
astral
about
travel.
astral travel, most people mean like, are you going out of your body? And,
Are you asleep?
Flying around and like doing all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff.
I used to as a kid. I haven't consciously tried to do it, and it hasn't. I don't really dream too much. It's not to say that it's not happening,
Where you
because
don't
I've heard.
remember it.
No, I don't. But I have heard people say, "You were in my dream, like, and it was real. Like real." And I don't know what to say to that, but. What we're doing? Nothing. This talking.
Right.
Just
Right.
so you know.
But it felt like you were awake, right? I know what they mean.
Yeah,
by
but
that.
I mean, I wake up sometimes, and not because of like lack of trying to sleep or because I'm a night owl. I mean, I am those things sometimes, but yeah, sometimes I am not rested, and I can't, and I'm gonna say that it has something to do with that.
Mhm.
So yes, I'm gonna say I do astral travel, but I don't do it that I'm aware of.
That's it.
You don't,
Well,
like,
remote
purposely
viewing
sit
is a
down and
form
say,
of astral travel. It is
Yes.
a form of travel. Remote
I didn't know it. I didn't know I did that, but thank you.
He's not big on names. He's not big on the names, people. He just does
I just
it.
like do what I do and then I do it.
I
and
do what
I
do.
do.
It's done.
I'm with you with that. Not everything needs a title. You know,
Well,
what
I
mean?
think
I've been doing such a long time. All some people
we-
come with
we like
titles.
that.
I've been doing that. I don't know it's a title. Like
Yeah.
spiritual spirit artist. I never knew I did spirit art. I just did
That's
it.
cool.
Right.
I think that's cool.
You're like,
You know,
see
I
a
never
ghost
knew
girl.
I wanna do
See
that.
a ghost girl.
I cannot. I can make a mean stick figure. I can make them bubble people. That's about as far as I go.
Well, I'm giving you a little thing at the Hollow. I'll teach you a little bit. Okay?
All right. All right. Okay.
No problem. We got
Lucky
you.
me.
Got you.
Cool.
Do you oh gosh, we have no time. So if you guys have
I'll make it quick. Go.
You can go first. But I
Quick
just wanted, you were
question,
talking
there we
about
go.
Anthony drinking his Celsius. Like, do you have a regimen that you follow physically to stay
Oh.
mentally and
Oh, you mean that's that discipline? I got
no,
none
I'm
of that.
curious. Like, do
No,
you-
me too. I if you can see, I do not have discipline.
You
I
mean
don't
like energy clearing stuff, Jenny? Like energy practice?
no, yeah, you know what I mean. Like, you
Like
drink,
what I
you were
eat.
drinking your tea, like you.
Oh,
Right.
tea's new. Tea's new normally I drink water and that's pretty much it. And I just incorporated
good.
tea. I have a new love for. Don't get me wrong. There's a soda that might pop in once in a while, but not a lot. I look. I don't eat like I'm supposed to eat. I'm not doing the right thing for my body like I should. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to stay that way. I want to get healthy for me, and that will happen in its due time. And it's only going to increase anything on the energetic, spiritual level for me.
That's what my question was. Like, is there a relationship between?
There absolutely is, but I'm really just driving. I'm on autopilot a lot, so anything that flows through me, it's only because I'm supposed to allow that to flow through me. Do you know that there was a person, I knew we were going to go in a second, but I came across a trance medium. I was in a class with these people, and the spirit was like, rolling, and it's great to see you. I was like, what? And they're like, we're in amazement by the amount of energy that can flow through you. I'm just like, that weirded me out. It really freaked me out. I had a problem with that, but I've embraced all of those problems, and I'm okay.
Yeah,
but I need a routine. It will happen.
And trust me, no one's judging here. I just had about 75 gummy bears flow through me today.
Oh, a little jelly of the gummy bear.
I have a problem with the sour candy, like the Sour Patch Kids.
Those are good.
You didn't hear me earlier when I said if somebody ever gets my kidney, they're suddenly going to have a Doritos craving, an intense cheesy Doritos craving.
She loves her Doritos. Yep.
That's awesome.
That's my guilt.
I know how to bribe you.
I like those gummy frogs, gummy sharks, those things.
Yeah. I like those old school candy store. It has all the old, like the bottles, the Coke bottles.
Yeah, the little wax bottles.
The gummy Coke bottles and the wax ones. Yeah.
Chocolate. I love all that candy.
All right. I don't want to talk about that stuff because that makes me sad. Because I don't have any.
Experience.
Yeah, because I don't have any of that.
Piece of cake waiting for me after the show. We bought ourselves a little cake for our anniversary today.
Woo!
It's so little because I'm like, I don't want a big cake, so we put a 30 on it, and that's all. It just is 30.
I know, but I don't have cake either. I'm sorry.
I felt like we needed to mark it somehow.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. Not that kind of gummy.
You got to explain the gummies you're taking. They're regular gummy bears.
Yeah. I'm talking about regular gummy bears.
Boring stuff. Not,
regular gummy
gummy bears.
Oh,
they are very good.
You got to specify when you say gummies.
Holy, not Holly. Sorry.
I can't believe 2 hours flew by. I didn't. It does not feel like it.
Believe it. And
is there any way that I can answer these questions somehow? Like, can I type it out somewhere? Is there a way to see the chat, or am I gonna?
People can get in touch with you on Facebook, right? Like you're on
Sure.
Facebook.
On Facebook, correct? They can email me through the website, Instagram. Okay. Well, yeah, just reach out, but go to Roland Buddha Hawk. Go to do that one versus Buddha Hawk Healing. Either way, it's fine. I'll eventually see the messages, but I want to try to be able to answer some of these questions. And I'm like, what else you got?
How about you come back?
I think we answered most of the questions that were.
We did.
Yeah. I can't read anything. I have to do this on my computer.
We did. I was kind of obnoxious with that tonight. Sorry about that. But we just had so many good questions. I wanted to make sure I didn't.
You're not obnoxious. No, listen, I was all about it. This was perfect.
Yeah.
We got badly a couple minutes left. I mean,
oh gosh, we do. We have like 2 minutes.
In less than 2 minutes.
It's all you.
I don't want to get in trouble.
You got a question that's a yes or no, maybe?
Roland, do you work on animals too?
Yes, I do work on animals and spaces. So I do house clearing, land forgiveness. I work with animals. I'll do distance with animals. Sometimes like a chihuahua that's really hooked on a person, and then that person leaves the room. If that chihuahua is so transfixed on the person, I can't work on them. But we do what we can. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Like horses I've worked on. So yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You're my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay. We have no time left.
And Anthony's neat.
Okay. I just want to say thank you, Roland, for being on tonight.
Oh, my pleasure. It was fun.
Show. Don't go anywhere right away.
Great.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Stay on. I just want to thank everybody in the audience. We had a fantastic audience tonight asking questions. I hope everybody in the audience. I think everybody in the audience enjoyed what was going on.
They
Yeah,
did.
like,
Everybody's
we had a
saying
nice
that. Great
number of
show.
people
Great
on,
show.
so we had a good time. You know, I
Yeah,
had a good
definitely.
time. We could talk about music, everything. So,
Yeah,
you know,
we talked about it all.
Electricity,
We
music.
talked about it all.
we talked
Yeah.
about everything tonight. It was one of those nights. So I want to thank, like I said, thank you everybody. I just want to tell everybody, if you go on investigations, okay, you look, you got to be safe. You want to look for ghosts. You don't want to be a ghost. Ciao, familiar. Forget
Bye, everyone. Good
about
night.
it. Oh,
Take care. Have a great night, guys.
all right. Good
Bye.
night, everybody.
Bye bye.
Hey, how you doing?